To start off, I needed to figure out where I wanted the skull contours to be and how I wanted the puzzle pieces to be shaped. So I just went in with a light brown eyeshadow and roughed out the lines. That way, if I didn't like something, it was an easy fix. When I was happy with the placement of things, I took a black pencil eyeliner and better defined all the lines. You could absolutely skip this step to save time for yourself if you wanted to go right into the face paint, but I just went in with this first so that I had a better idea for myself where everything was going and then could still blend out if I wasn't happy with something. I also found that the fine tip of the pencil made it easier to do small details like cracks and ridges around the face. Once comfortable with everything, I took a black water-activated face paint and started filling in all the areas I wanted to be negative space. I used a fine detail brush for this because I found it provided better control and a bit more ease for getting into all the curved and smaller areas, but you can absolutely jump in with a larger brush if you feel comfortable because it'll cover more area as this takes a little bit longer. For the eyelids, I left them bare because I find water-activated paints don't really stay well in that area and end up just creasing or smudging away. So I will go over them later with a black gel to better set them. After carrying the black down onto my neck and over my ears, I went back to the eyes and used a gel liner to give me the coverage I was after. If you also set this with powder right after, the black on your eyes shouldn't crease or move on you. Then for the teeth, I went in with another Hydrocolor paint in the color Bone. This one is more of a cream color than a stark white, which will help it balance with my skin tone more. For shading the face, I went back in with a light brown eyeshadow and added the color to all the areas I had drawn out to have curves, ridges, or just recessed areas. Then, anywhere I wanted to have greater definition and depth, I just followed with a dark gray eyeshadow. The puzzle pieces on the side were looking really flat, so I gave them the same shading like I did with the skull half. I found keeping the shading off the edges of the puzzle pieces gave a better effect than carrying the color all the way to the black. And for the teeth, I just followed the same shading steps over the bone color. by using browns and then grays to better define them. Over the inside of my lips, I just added some of the black face paint and used a small brush to flick up between the teeth very slightly, just to keep them defined and not have a straight flat line all the way across. Then with the bone color again, I gave all my edges and raised areas a bit of highlighting to bring them forward and also clean up the appearance of some of the lines. I also find it always looks a little bit nicer to only highlight in certain spots along a design and leaving some areas untouched to better look like light reflecting. But that's just personal preference and not a necessary step. To finish up, all I did was throw in 2 different contacts in each eye for some interest. And if you have black sclera lenses, that would look awesome with this look. I just don't own any myself. And that is it for my puzzle skull.